Welcome my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. So let's talk about August Alsina. He is out here, you know, he is trending. I'm like, OMG, what is really going on with this situation? It's just like crazy. August Alsina is out here trending, and the situation with him and Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith and their relationship, it seems like it is wild and crazy. I'm like, what is really going on? It seems like August Alsina is suffering and he's going through a whole lot, but he is actually living in his truth right now, and basically he's letting the world know how his relationship went down with Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith and how he intertwined into that relationship. So let's check it out.
And not only affecting my life, but affecting my wellness, my well-being, and also starts to block my heart. My heart space is blocked. I don't really have a choice but to express my truth. I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, you know, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing. And I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, you know, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it. So much so to the point that I can die right now and be okay with knowing that I truly gave myself to somebody.
Right, you did the right thing.
And I really loved a person. I experienced that. I know what that feels like, and some people never get that in this lifetime. So I know that I'm completely blessed. And this conversation is difficult because there's so much that it would be hard for people to understand, but once it starts to affect me in my livelihood, I have to speak up about my truth and stand on my 10 with anything that may come along with it.
Is it disappointing that she never addressed it to you? Because, like you said, you lost out on opportunities, and if there's
I really can't even, I never even can get into the thought of that because I'm only responsible.
So there you guys have it. So August Alsina is actually out here saying that, hey, listen guys, you guys that shitted on me, you guys that talk negative to me, you guys that said I shouldn't be with Jada Pinkett Smith, you guys are saying that I'm a homewrecker and saying that I'm mischievous, I'm a troublemaker. That's not the case. I loved Jada Pinkett Smith and she loved me back, basically, and I also got permission to be with Jada Pinkett Smith, and I sat down with Will Smith and had a conversation with him, and he gave his blessings, but it affected him a lot because when the rumors came out that they were dating and they had a relationship going on, they were showing up at the BET Awards, they was going on vacation together. It was like a whole crazy situation where people was like, look at August Alsina, look what he's doing. He's breaking up a marriage, and like, look at Jada. But you know, a lot of the blame went on August Alsina, and that basically hurt him too as well, because there was nobody out here defending him or saying that, you know, he's not a homewrecker or anything else like that. And he's not worried about Jada Pinkett Smith speaking up for him. But they did it, and it wasn't because they have been in Hollywood. Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith have been in Hollywood for decades. And so therefore they know the game, they know the system. August Alsina is not the first young man that Jada Pinkett Smith have been with. And I'm pretty sure that Will Smith has been with plenty of young women too as well, because there are rumors out here about Will Smith too as well. You know, so it is what it is. But under the disguise, it seemed like, you know, he was looking at Jada Pinkett and Will Smith as people to be mentors for him and actually monitor and help him. He was looking for help. He was looking for love because he was broken inside, and there's so many things that he went through, that he was, you know, molested, you know, growing up in an abusive, you know, household, and just lacking a lot of things that he didn't have, which Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith had. And it's just like he went in there, you know, broken, weak, and it's almost like if she preyed upon him, you know, and it just seems like it's not a good situation. It was never a good situation. And August Alsina explaining that, you know, it was, you know, some people don't experience love like he experienced love with Jada Pinkett Smith. He doesn't even know if there was really any love in that situation, because Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith are what? They are, you know, actually like A-listers and like #1 actors, and he don't even know what type of merry-go-round or, you know, Ferris wheel that he was on with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. And they knew that this kid was vulnerable. They knew August Alsina was vulnerable. They knew he had issues and everything else like that. And it was easy to break him in. It was easy to break him off, even though he think that he may have had some real love with Jada Pinkett Smith, but it wasn't that way. And he said he lost a lot of money. He lost a lot of gigs. He lost a lot of relationship. He lost a lot of friendship too as well. And people started to question his character and who he is as a person. And therefore, that's why he had to stand up and say something, because he's like, I didn't do anything wrong. You know, I got permission. You know what I mean? Even though Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith are married and have been married for decades, you know, he entered their relationship, but he was welcomed into their relationship, and that's what the public didn't see, and that's where he suffered, you know, from, and that's how he felt like he was taken, like he was the one that got the short end of the stick. And that situation, it really just seems crazy. I mean, really crazy. And you know, when August Alsina, he describes that, you know, this relationship was killing him. It was actually killing him, where he's like, it was the hardest fight of his life to pull himself away from that relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith, because he was all in. He was in love. He didn't know what he was getting into. He didn't know what rituals was going on with Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. And it's just like, you know, he was, you know, Jada's son's friend. And then, you know, he comes home, their son brings a friend home, and all of a sudden now mommy's having a relationship with homeboy brought home. So does this happen a lot in the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith relationship, where their kids may bring people home that are broken and lost and strung out, and they end up getting into relationships with their parents? It really sounds odd, and it really sounds like August Alsina, in my opinion, was taken advantage of by two adults with extreme amount of power, because there's no way that August Alsina could ever make Will Smith or Jada Pinkett Smith look bad or take anything from them, because they have so many deep-rooted relationships in Hollywood, and they have so many deep-rooted fans that has been watching them since they were young too as well. It was quite interesting that August Alsina actually mentioned that in his new album that, you know, he got some lyrics from Tupac, and he kind of like featuring Tupac on his new album that he has released with 27 songs. And so, you know, this is probably part of promoting, you know, his album and his documentary too as well. You know, people got to get in where they fit in. It is what it is. You got everybody out in these streets running around trying to get as much attention as possible, but he's actually living a situation that actually really hurt him, where, you know, he said it was the hardest fight of his life. He said he would never experience that fight to push himself and get himself away from Jada Pinkett Smith, because he was all in. He was stuck to her like glue. He was stuck to her like cereal sticks to milk. He was stuck, baby. He was stuck to her like butter on bread. He was stuck to her like the steak gets stuck in your gut. And, you know, it was a hard fight. It was a hard fight. And he said he had to speak up for himself because people was really coming at him. And I don't really think that he really experienced that type of love that he thinks he experienced with Jada, because I think it was all, you know, a part of whatever Will and Jada Smith do as a couple, and what they have been doing for a long time too as well, where they always bring other people into their relationships, and it's nothing new, because he did mention that Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith talked about their marriage, and now they're moving on from, instead of being married, they're like life partners, because they probably got a lot on the line. There's probably a lot of contracts, a lot of business engagement, just a lot of things that they have together, where their name together is what Hollywood wants and what people want too as well, that want to brand them, or, you know, have them sell any products or promote anything, or be a part of a movie, a TV show, where they are put together as triumphant couple. So this situation is just real crazy. I was just like, damn. It's no different than a man finding a woman that has some of the issues that people say all the time. Oh, she has daddy issues. She has been molested. You know, she's been abused. And, you know, this guy, he took advantage of her because he knew her self-esteem. He knew her insecurities. He knew her addictions. He knew what she was suffering from. And then he just took advantage of her and did whatever he wanted to with her. And this is that, to me, is the identical situation between August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith. Only thing is, Jada Pinkett Smith is the villain and August Alsina is innocent. He probably thought that, oh yeah, I sing music, I'm like this bad boy, I've been in the hood, you know, I came up and I survived and I lived longer than I thought I was going to live, and now I got this queen Jada Pinkett Smith. You know, she's been around for decades and decades. She's on Red Table Talk, she's been in movies. Oh, Will Smith has been in movies, he has music, and this is a whole different atmosphere, a whole different life, a whole different breed of air that he was breathing when he was with Jada and Will. And he just got caught up, and they knew that he was going to get caught up. They knew at the end that Jada and Will knew that they was going to be victorious in the situation with August Alsina, that they was going to win, they was going to come out on top of it, and they knew that his career could suffer even more by being involved in a marriage where people still don't have the openness of thinking that people having open marriages is okay. You know, we still have some people that are very conservative in this society too as well, and frown upon that. So they knew that they was going to be okay. There was always going to be a bankroll. There was always going to be money. But they knew he wasn't going to be okay. But he didn't know that he wasn't going to be okay when he entered into this committed love, sick, sadistic relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith. You guys tell me what you think about the situation.